Hi everyone. I hope everybody is doing well. I know it's been quite some time since the last time I streamed. It's been a month exactly, actually. But there was quite a bit of stuff going on in my life that just felt like everything was being thrown at me at once and wasn't doing the greatest mentally. And so, due to that, I decided that it would be better to just not stream and focus on trying to take care of everything that was going on in life and take care of myself. So, but things have been getting better now, and I am feeling much better. And here we are. And we have a cold case murder mystery that still needs to be solved. And it only got colder while I was gone. I don't even remember what I was doing, honestly. There we go. Okay, I have electronic key card. Key for music box. Does it say anything behind it? I hate. Doesn't look like it. Nothing on the key either. And then, oh yeah, the sewers. Okay, and mansion gate key. Hey Shaggy, how are you? I'm trying to remember what I was doing. I have like all kinds of notes. I still have stuff that I don't. Yeah. I have, a couple pages worth of different notes, and I'm trying to figure out everything. I did some adulting today, so, that's always a good thing. And feeling better than I have in the previous month. And I actually ate twice already. I had breakfast and, well, breakfast was more of at lunchtime because I had a very lazy morning and I slept in. Um, but so I had breakfast for lunch, and then I just had some leftovers before I started streaming for dinner. Um, well, I suppose I should be looking at what I have written down and what I need. You're starving and you need to get you some dinner, but okay, well, I appreciate it. Go get some food, though. Don't starve yourself for me. Um, okay, I still need to get into the file cabinet at the sheriff's outpost, the desk in the church, and the desk in Bernard's house. I have a bunch of chess pieces that have numbers on them. There are other lockers in the nurse's station I couldn't open. I don't know if I'm going to be opening them or not. There's the desk in the study room inside the mansion. Oh, there are things that are locked. Bedroom in Dorothy's house. There's a locked room in the hunting cabin. Is there still? Jammed door in Andrew's house. I need to get tools, right? Don't I still need to get tools? These are dates. Notes. Okay. Scott was peeking into Mr. and Mrs. Roberts' room. Tea time. I did the tea time thing. Negative comments about Vivian Roberts. Bernard's house has a shattered axe case, missing knife, locked guns. Oliver photos. He's got the shovel and the wrench. Body outline outside the front window in the hospital. There's a time capsule. Did I get the time capsule? Oh, I don't remember. What is other? That's the nurse logbook and mansion security logbook. Letters. I don't know if I did that or not. Crap. Okay, let's see. Time capsule would have been Scott and Trisha. 'Cause Trisha is the daughter. Scott is the one she's sweet on. And Derek, I believe, is the one who's sweet on Trisha. But they hung out together as kids. Oh, he has so many. Well, let's look at Derek first. Do you have anything about a time capsule? Yes, suggests we make our own time capsule. We buried the box near a big stone in the cemetery. But I think, okay, hospital map. Oh, I have the sewer map too. Okay. Painscreek map. I am currently at the farmer's market, I think, right? Yes. So I'm right here. I'm either here or here. Wait, what road am I on? Barbershop. Clover and Silver Lake. Okay, so I'm right here. There's a cemetery, but I need to get into briefcase key 201 inn. Alright, where's the inn? Right at the top of Clover Street. Let's, oh my god. I forgot how fast that turned. Control. Let's turn you down a little bit, please. That's better. Okay, let's go back up Clover here. I think I've read all of this. Activation progress is slow. Yeah, it's not writing it in, so I've already read all of this. I'm gonna do that. Mrs. Patterson has spare key for Oliver, so I can get tools. I need to get the tools. Ugh. Yes, I got into the security room. Hi, Puff. Thank you for the hydrate. How are you doing? I need the lock. Oh, I need the key for that too. Crap. Alright, Mrs. Patterson has the key. Who is Patterson? It's Dorothy. But she's got a locked room. It's going. I'm playing a like a cold case murder mystery investigation game, and because I've not streamed in like a month, and so I've not played it in quite some time, and I'm trying to remember what all I was doing in the middle of it. And the fact that I took notes definitely helps, because I do have, like, you know, all kinds of notes and dates and addresses, and hey, this thing is locked, I need a code for this, and so on and so forth. And just trying to figure out where I left off. I know a few things I can do, but I have to find the entrance for it. To get into the sewers. And there's supposed to be like some kind of a hidden compartment here. I remember that much. I also remember spending way too much time on this. But like, it seems to be really tricky to open, which it shouldn't be. But like, you can't see anything. I mean, I can see where it, like, it looks like it's two different colors, but that could just be the way it was shadowed. Okay, upstairs, because I have a note here about a briefcase key in 203. Oh, no, I need to get the briefcase key is what I need. Crap. Hey, Crystal. Oh, okay. Shaggy has redeemed Dragon of the Day. I do actually have one sitting on my desk that I had moved while I was cleaning earlier. So, my Dragon of the Day today is this little dude right here. And I don't know if that's visible, but I think he's adorable. I got him, my mom sent him to me. Do you? But yeah, no, my mom sent him to me. All the other ones I have of any dragons hatching are just a solid, like, silver look, and they're not, like, the colored one, so I just thought he was absolutely adorable. Okay, alright, let's go to the mansion. Because I know I have a key for something in the mansion. Potentially two. Hospital. Mansion. Can I just cut through here? Crystal, thank you for the resub. I appreciate that very much. Oh, that cut through the wrong way. Okay. Thank you for doing the shout out. I appreciate that. Everybody, please make sure to go and check out Crystal. For a little while, she was kind of in the same boat as me, where she couldn't stream for a while due to surgery and recovery, but she has been back in streaming again, so make sure you go and check her out. She likes to play a lot of spooky games as well. The difference is she's a lot more fun because you can scare her and she'll scream and all of that stuff. Where, let's face it, I don't do that very much. Okay, maps. I only have the second floor. That's fine. Second floor. Trisha's perfect. It's right here. And then I should be right here. Yes. Ha! Dear Trisha, as I've grown to learn about my birth parents, I feel as if a great veil has been lifted from my eyes. I now understand why Father Matthew was against us seeing each other. He was right. We shouldn't be together. Please believe me when I say I did not kill your mother. I've never lied to you, and I never will. I don't know who killed Vivian. Hopefully the truth will come to light someday. There is so much that I want to tell you, but I cannot at this moment. I pray the day when I can express everything to you will come quickly. All I can say now is that I am sorry for all the pain that I've caused you. Please forgive me. Sincerely, Scott. Okay. Nothing else in there, just that note. Well, that sort of confirms like a thought that I've been having, because I've been assuming, now that I'm playing this again, some of the story is coming back to me. I've been kind of assuming that okay, so Vivian Roberts is the one who was killed that I'm investigating, and she was married to Charles, and they had Trisha. Charles cheated on Trisha with one of the maids. I think her name, hold on, I have that written down. Her name was Sophia. And my assumption is because Vivian was so against Trisha and Scott, who was adopted by Father Matthew, who, you know, was the leader of the parish church, all of that fun stuff. I feel like Scott is probably the result of the affair, which makes him and Trisha half siblings, and Trisha was sweet on him, and now he's saying, no, you can't do that. Another thing, if I remember correctly, hold on. Where's notes? Notes. Sophia worked at Mansion, affair with Charles. Cousin of, I think they were, she was his cousin, Sophia's Father Matthew's cousin. Some kind of relationship. There it is. Does this one work on this? Aha. Yes, it is a very good thing that I've got notes, because if I had to go through all of this individually, and some of these have like tons. Look at how many Scott has. Trish has quite a few years. Vivian's got a couple of years. I mean, those are just the diaries, and then you have all the newspaper articles, and you've got all the letters and everything, and then logbooks and security logbooks. If I had to go through all of that and figure out what was going on just from all of that again, I would still be sitting here and not playing the game right now. And that's why I took notes. My notes might be like slow for me to get back to, but trail closed, do not enter. Oh. I can use the rope to go down into the well. Do I want to do that? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Because I just hit the right button. Because I just looked at it. Where? Hiring. You. I have enclosed a copy of the threat letter that Vivian received the day she died. I hope it helps. You know what you did. Meet me by the well at midnight. You know which one. Come alone. Okay, well, down into the well we go. Oh, I don't like this view. Okay. Enjoy your dinner, Crystal. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Oh, look, there's something down here. What does that say? 0526. Necklace in well, 0526. Oh look, I get to do this all over again. Well. Haha, get it? Oh well. And can't go that way at all. So anything over here? Nope. Okay, just this then. Okay, now what? I guess at this point, the only other thing I really, well, I mean, I assume this is Vivian's. Did Vivian have anything that needed to be unlocked still? Not specifically, but there is that desk in the study room, which was not on the third floor. I feel like it was this way. This one. Oh, wait a minute. KQBK. I don't think this is right. No, it's not. KQBK. I wonder if I betcha those letters are the chess pieces I've been finding. But I don't have a bishop. I have a knight and a queen, a rook and a pawn. So I would need the king. Either that or knight is used twice, but I still need the bishop. Oh yeah, I still need to take pictures too, don't I? Did I not open these? I looked at everything in here. Oh, that's right. There was a note too. Did I write this down? Probably. Yeah. Vivian poisoned her mother-in-law with the help of the doctor. Okay. We can try Dorothy Patterson's house one more time. She apparently has a spare key, but if her thing's locked, I guess we just have to find the sewer entrance then. To Painscreek River. Residential houses. Okay, let me get out into this area. I think the map was the last thing that I found. Yeah, I don't have much about the sewer written down, so I think that was the last thing I found. So, I think I just need to figure out oh, well, this is Dorothy's house. Number 40. Let me search through this stuff. I will come back to that door. Yeah, that's the locked door. Of course. All right. All right, so she lives on Black Pine, right? Yes, Black Pine Road. River, Church, Silver Lake, Maple, Old Sewer Entrance. That's to the mansion. So the mansion has that staircase that goes up. Which is right there. What is this road? This is Walnut. That's the mansion. That's Walnut again. Now we're back on the farmer's market. Town center. in here somewhere? Okay, so that's up to the mansion. This is Black Pine. Don't have any way to unlock that. What about this? Can I move this stuff? This is the hospital. So the sewer entrance is right here. That's to Maple, and that's to the mansion. Silver Lake Farmers Market. Maple. Silver Lake. I feel like there's something on Black Pine. And that leads to Walnut. This is Walnut. Oh, this is Town Center. This is Silver Lake, so okay, well, let's check on Maple, I guess. See if there's a place that I missed. I think this is the only place you can get off is those stairs. I'm not good at finding stuff like this. Oh, oh, oh. I think I found it. All right, into the sewers we go. Auto-saving. Appreciate that. I still need to take pictures. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay, well, this is the entrance, so going to the left is going to take me to Maple Drive and the Mayor's Mansion. If I go right, that's going to take me to the rest of the town. So this is shorter. Let's go this way first. And I'm not sure where things come out, but I almost wonder with the hospital if it might not put me into the basement, because I couldn't get there before. I have a thing about needing to get into the basement of the hospital. Okay, well that's locked. I don't want to climb up. Okay. So I'm at a crossroads. This way. This doesn't seem very accurate, does it? Okay, that's the way out. So I guess if I turn left, that's to the farmer's market. Kudos for the sound on this. I mean, they did really well with the, you know, the creepy, you're in an abandoned town going through the dark, creepy sewers. Okay, so where am I now? Because if I go that way, this map is really not as helpful as they think it is. To the church. Well, let's try to go to the hospital, which I think is going to be a right hand. Keep going straight. This is probably locked. Yeah, that is locked. As is that. Okay, this looks more like this. Oh, I see. I was looking at this wrong. Totally. I came in here. I was looking at the lines. I'm dumb. Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna turn past that. Another right, and then just keep following the wall, I guess. So there's going to be an off branch on my left. Is there anything in any of this stuff? This should be locked. Yep. Keep going this way. And then turn right and keep following the right hand wall. Yep. Exit. Not even an open, just exit. Ooh, it's a good thing I have a flashlight. Oh, I'm in the morgue. Well, I'm outside the morgue. I'm in storage. Ooh, a hammer. Hammers are good. Maybe I can use that to unjam the door that's somewhere that's jammed. Electrical room. Yes, please. There we go. Lights, camera, and action. What stuff can I find in the morgue? Oops. Briefcase key. BH. Oh, that was the PI. Is this his? Called Dorothy last week. She told me something interesting about Sophia. There was a puzzle that she received from Matthew when she first started working at the mansion, sort of a birthday gift for her. In that puzzle, Sophia was to visit both hers and Matthew's favorite locations in Painscreek. In each location lies a clue that Matthew had written on the wall of the building exterior. The clues, when put together, will point to the location of her gift. I thought that was a neat idea. Sophia's favorite places: Anne's Courtyard Inn and Suites, bridge over the stream by the gate entrance, and the post office. Why would someone like the post office? Where can I find Matthew's favorite places? I received an anonymous message this morning. It claimed that Scott wasn't Vivian's killer. Unfortunately, that's all I got. I've had my doubts whether Scott really killed Vivian. He sure had the motive, but upon reading all his diaries and looking through his investigation notes, I can't help but think that Scott didn't kill Vivian. On the contrary, he was trying to find out who killed Vivian, as well as what really happened to Andrew Reed and Dr. Johnson. I still don't know if this anonymous person is a man or a woman, but they've helped solidify my thoughts on Scott. I received another message yesterday. It told me to look into Bernard, the mansion's butler. I can't help but feel that this person is trying to tell me something, but not exactly what. The message said I will find something in the house. Today I received a key in the mail with the initials BH. Does it stand for Bernard's house? I've searched everywhere and read all of Bernard's diaries. Something just doesn't add up. Maybe it's just a hunch, or simply that I'm thinking too much, but would he have really killed Vivian? There's something else about his entries that just makes me pause and wonder if he was indeed a murderer. I photographed all the pages. Okay. Okay, this is the front. There we go. All right, Dr. Henry. Influential citizen, Jackson and Lewis. Specific books. Keep trying to use C to crouch. Roberts. Dr. Henry Johnson, I would like to thank you for your contribution to the Painscreek Community Hospital and the people of Painscreek for the past 2 decades. However, there have been reports regarding the mishandling of funds designated for PCH, most of which came from the Roberts Relief Fund. This support was meant to help with the purchases of medical equipment and supplies. Since a sum of nearly $160,000 has been estimated missing, we have no other choice except to open an investigation. Until you are able to explain the discrepancies between your accounting and ours, we have no choice but to suspend all funding for the hospital for the time being. I will be meeting you and your accountant to solve these issues so we may continue to support the hospital's needs. Sincerely, Vivian Roberts. Okay, so he knew he was being investigated. Yeah. He's not returning your calls because he's the one who took them. I know what you did. Come meet me by the well at midnight. You know which one. Come alone. To Charles Roberts, I don't know if it's a joke that you sent me the threat letter, but if you knew about the well, then you must have found out the truth. Just so you know, your wife was the one behind all of it. If you have any grudge, it's with her, not me. I was just a witness in Sophia's death, nothing more. Assuming it never got faxed. Wow. Okay, so Vivian poisoned her mother-in-law and apparently killed Sophia, who was the maid that Charles cheated on her with. Oh, 203. Welcome back, Shaggy. Oh, you suck. You really suck. Because I can't do anything. Because I can't read anything. Actually, let me set a timer first before I pull those off. Because Shaggy sucks. Okay. I need to find room 203, which I believe is here in the hospital. And hold on. Box. Addresses. Okay, yeah, 203 was Trisha's room. You saw how close I had to put that to my face to be able to read it, right? Shaggy sucks. Stairs? Yeah, that looks like stairs. That's a door. $208. $209. I'm going the wrong way, I think. If I keep going, that's... $206. Well, I'm making progress. $204. Aha. Oh, shit. I have a problem because I can't read the prompt. I can't even see the prompt. That's grayed out, isn't it? Well, thanks to Shaggy, we now get to just sit here for a moment until my timer runs out because, you know, I can't even read what she's saying. Yeah, thanks, Shaggy. Appreciate that. You know, it's one thing doing it in like, you know, action-oriented games, but in this one, it's like, okay, I've gone as far as I can go, because I literally, I know that there's a prompt in white that says open when I'm at doors, and it'll switch to, like, unlock or exit or something like that, but I literally, with the lighting, I can't even see it at all. Yeah, I got nothing. So we now get to sit inside this dark abandoned hospital, waiting for our timer countdown to finish. It was long overdue. Put the glasses back on. It says open and that's it. Well, according to the timer, I have less than a minute to go. So you did this to yourself. I am going to do the full 5 minutes. You win. Why do you think you win? Because I'm bound to the full 5 minutes because that's what I agreed to. Yeah, I can't see. There's my timer. You don't, it just says open. There's unlock. As soon as I could see and could aim at the lock. Okay. That seems a little weird, but okay. Clearly there's nothing in the, I was the one without glasses, Shaggy. Lots of storybooks. Sure, why not? Close. Happily ever after. Lots of cereal. Scott Brooks's body found by jogger with multiple stab wounds to the heart. Police do not know if this is tied to the murder of Vivian Roberts. Scott Brooks, a star suspect in the Vivian Roberts case, was found dead yesterday. His body was found on the roadside along Maple Drive. At around 6:50 a.m., a jogger happened to find a body lying motionless behind a bush on the side of the road. He stopped to check if the person needed help, only to notice that the body was covered in blood. He immediately called 911. The police arrived shortly at around, I was going to say shortly after, at around, had a bit of a brain fart there, 7 a.m., and the victim was declared dead. The estimated time of death was predicted to have happened between 4 to 6 hours prior, putting the incident to have occurred at around 1 to 3 a.m. Questions have been raised in regards to the murder of Vivian Roberts, of which Scott Brooks was the key suspect of. He had been released from prison due to insufficient, and I don't think I can read the rest. It's like a room key. All right. Yesterday, on hearing that Scott was apprehended for the murder of her mother, Tricia collapsed. The hospital called this morning to inform us that it was just a nervous breakdown. However, they've suggested that she should stay there for another few days. Charles is asking me to stay by her side. It rained today. Tricia has always hated the rain. She stayed in bed, tucked under the blanket, nearly the entire day. Here and there, she mutters Scott's name out loud. She's cried herself to sleep a few times. It pains me to see her like this. Charles visits Tricia almost every day. Today he was quieter than usual. All of a sudden he told me that Vivian had been seeing another man, apparently a banker, for more than a year. He asked me if Vivian ever talked to me about it. I said I didn't know anything, but was sure that Vivian would never have done such a thing. Then I realized that Tricia was awake. I'm not sure if she heard our conversation. Sheriff Howard came today. He asked me if I remember seeing anything suspicious the night Vivian died. I've already told him everything I know. It's frustrating to be asked over and over about things that I just want to forget. Before he left, I asked if Scott could really be the killer. He said he's wondering the same thing. If Scott was not the killer, then who killed Vivian? Derek came by to see Tricia. I asked him how he was doing. He said that the medical expenses for Wanda were more than he expected. Even with Charles's help, he's been forced to use up most of his savings. He's currently searching for a second job. He asked me if there was a future for him. Traveling with Charles made him see some of the rather ugly sides of the world. His mother is hospitalized with terminal cancer, and seeing his best friend Tricia like this pains him. I didn't know what to tell him. Before he left, he leaned close to her and whispered, "Would it have been better if Scott just never showed up? Would you have chosen me? I wish that I never heard that." Okay. Dorothy. Oh, is that key Dorothy's room key? All right. Theater and stairs. let's go to Dorothy's house. And I have the briefcase key. And I have, I think, a key for something in Bernard's house. Alright. We are, however, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. So I will be right back. And I hope all of you take a quick break to stretch and grab something to drink and all of that as well. So I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that, guys. Also took my hoodie off because I was getting a little hot. Where am I going? I need to go to Dorothy's house. Which, okay, this is the road to the hospital. Well, this is the right road. 40, right here. Dorothy's house. Also, if y'all hear like kids yelling and stuff in the background, my windows are open. Pendant of the Mother Mary. Daughter of the ex-mayor found dead at Painscreek Community Hospital. Trisha Roberts falls 40 feet from rooftop, lands on head and dies. The hospital is now checking to see why the roof door was not locked. Investigation is still pending regarding Trisha's death. Oh. Yesterday morning, the body of Trisha Roberts was found on the grounds of Painscreek Community Hospital. She was pronounced dead at 7:20 a.m. According to Miss Thompson, she was starting her morning shift when she heard some sound near the reception area. She went out to find Trisha lying motionless. Blood was flowing out from her head. She quickly called for Dr. Bennett, the attending physician for the day's morning shift, who brought Trisha into the emergency room at once. Unfortunately, it was too late. The hospital CCTV shows that Trisha Roberts was walking around the hospital at 6:30 a.m. She headed to the roof at 6:54 a.m. A few minutes later, her body was found on the ground 3 floors below. Charles Roberts, ex-mayor and father of the deceased. And I can't get to page 3. Oh, apparently I found all the newspaper articles now. Scott was released from prison this morning. Matthew went to pick him up. There's a lot of tension here in Painscreek. Most people think of Scott as a murderer. Charles tried to stop Trisha from seeing Scott, but it's no use. She was already waiting for him at the cabin. Charles is drinking again. He couldn't stop Trisha from trying to see Scott, yet Scott seems to be avoiding her. Trisha should not have been discharged from the hospital at this point. She still needs help and rehabilitation. Derek and Scott fought at the market today. Derek asked Scott why he's avoiding Trisha. Scott didn't say anything. He just walked away. Derek told him not to come back anymore. It's sad to see what's happening to them now. They used to be such good friends. Oh my God, Scott was killed? Trisha's been going crazy ever since Scott died. Sometimes she screams in the middle of the night. Here and there, she'll ask us why Scott hasn't visited her for a while. No one seems to know how to answer without agitating her condition. Trisha is finally being admitted to the hospital for another mental breakdown. Charles doesn't know what to do. I've asked for his permission to take care of Trisha at the hospital until she recovers. I think Charles appreciates my help. Well, I have all of Dorothy's story. I don't have any numbers for this. But, I mean, I can try the thing that was on the locket in the well. Can't hurt. Oh. Oh, Oh, this is Sophia's. That was Sophia's locket. Why was Sophia's locket in the well? Dear Sophia, how have you been? I hope everyone is treating you well at the mansion. It's been 6 months since my missionary work started here in Indonesia. Life here is hard, but meaningful. I thought my life at the orphanage was miserable, but after coming here I realized I am blessed more than I could ever imagine. I'm supposed to be back in 1 week's time, but I recently decided that I'll be extending my stay here for another 6 months. I haven't received any letters from you for a while now. I hope you are doing well. Remember the time when we were at the orphanage you said that you don't want to be poor anymore? I think God heard your call and brought you to Painscreek. Charles and Vivian told me they were glad I introduced you to them. They said you are a hard-working person with a kind heart and that us being related was not the reason they hired you. You got the job on your own merit. I did not know whether or not to tell them we are not actually cousins. I feel bad for lying to them. I guess I'll have to tell them the truth someday. Having said that, I'm glad that you are in Painscreek. We can talk and meet any time, just like the good old days at the orphanage. I will do my best here. I hope you can wait for me. Best regards, Matthew Brooks. P.S. I've prepared a special present for your birthday. Wait for my telegram that day. They're not cousins? Okay. I know some people don't like me. Wanda always picks on me and Bernard ignores me most of the time. Andrew, well, he's okay as long as I'm not in his garden. Dorothy cares a lot for me, though. I like her. Tom, our security guard, treats me with respect even though I'm just a housemaid. Vivian and Charles are kind to me. Oh, and Matthew, too. I almost forgot about him. He's been taking care of me forever, certainly as long as I can remember. I'm a lucky girl. Matthew talks to me whenever he has time. Sometimes I feel he's trying to escape his chores at the church. We'll talk about everything under the sun, our hopes, dreams, futures. It reminds me of our days at the orphanage. Landing a job here as a maid was the best thing that could have happened to me. However, I never imagined I would be having an affair with a married man, let alone my employer. Now I'm carrying his child. How do I face Matthew? I received a letter from Matthew today saying he'll be extending his stay in Indonesia for 6 more months. That's always been him. He's always had a noble heart, wanting to help people everywhere. I miss him, but I'm glad he decided to extend his stay there. It gives me time to prepare how I'll explain my situation to him. I don't know how he'll take it if he just hears the truth blurted out once he gets back. I received a telegram this morning from Matthew wishing me a happy birthday. He told me he had a special birthday present prepared for me. All I need to do is find the clues that he placed in our favorite places. He's waiting for my telegram after I've solved the puzzle. I've actually solved it already, but I don't know what to say to him. What should I do? My baby was born today at 8:20 a.m., and it's a boy. He looks just like Charles. Dorothy's taking good care of us. She prepares the food and attends to my needs. I almost feel like I'm her boss. Charles visits me all the time, asking if we need anything else. I told him he didn't have to come so often, and to instead focus on work. As a mayor, he must have a lot on his mind. Charles told me today that his mother, Magdalene, will be arriving in 2 weeks. She knows about our relationship. I feel nervous because she's a strict woman. At the same time, I'm happy because she told Charles to take responsibility for me and my son. Soon I won't have to be a maid anymore. Charles has decided to name our child Vincent Roberts. I like that name. Okay. So, were they in a relationship, Sophia and Matthew? Okay, for the... Dear Dorothy, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for all you've done for me. You've taken care of my store on so many occasions. You've helped maintain its bright spirit. I would be lying if I said that I'm not saddened by your departure. I will greatly miss you. I wish you all the best in your new place. Do invite me there once you've settled in. May God be with you. Best regards, Oliver Gibson. Okay, well now I can get into the photography shop. Which I'm here is off of Walnut, on the corner of Walnut, and so if I come through here, right? Nope. Walnut and Town Center. I need the corner of Walnut and Silver Lake. So we'll just follow Walnut down. Here we go. I love making progress. It does have some good pictures. Before I read this, hold on a second. Where is Dorothy's diary? Oh, it wasn't Dorothy's diary, it was Stephen Moss. Sophia's favorite places. Bridge. And post office. Because this whole little thing has been mentioned twice now, so I have a feeling I'm going to have to follow that. Okay, read this. Dear Mr. Oliver Gibson, we regret to hear that Father Matthew will not be joining any part of the annual religious gathering event from July 18th till the 23rd in South York. We received Father Matthew's memo yesterday stating that he was not feeling well. I assume he has also informed you about this last-minute change. Please send him our regards. We wish him a swift recovery so that he may serve the people of Painscreek soon. Sincerely, Reverend Todd McDermott. And I have a shovel and a wrench and a hammer. All tools found is the achievement I just got. Oh, we just attended Trisha's funeral this morning. Charles tried to be strong, but by the end of the ceremony his face was wet. Dorothy cried her heart out. It truly pains the soul to witness so many deaths occur here in Painscreek. Every one of those deaths was of a person I knew, and some were very close to me. Among them, Vivian's death shocked me the most. Despite what the media said, I will not, for even a moment, believe that Scott killed her. It just doesn't make sense to me. Trisha's death hurt the most, probably because I spent the last few years mentoring her. She was smart, kind, and very talented. She was turning into a very promising young woman. With her passing, Charles has lost all his family members. He's all alone. I can't imagine the pain he is going through. Dorothy left Painscreek early February, a month after Trisha's funeral. The hospital closed shortly after. By the end of the month, Charles had packed and departed Painscreek for good. Wanda passed away on March 12, 1996. Her cancer had spread too far and too deep. The doctors could not save her. 2 weeks after her funeral, Derek moved out of Painscreek. Autumn is approaching. My photography store will be closing by the end of this month. I have many things to say, but there's no one left to confide in. Anyways, I've been thinking about retiring for quite a while now. Maybe the time has come. The one whole diary of Oliver Gibson constituted Oliver's story. Okay, I have to go back to the inn for the briefcase. I have to go back to Bernard's house. And I need the hammer in Bernard's house. There's a jammed door in Andrew's house. Broken dresser drawer in Wanda's house. I've got to do the time capsule. Alright, so who's closest to here? We'll do it in that order, I think. I'm right here. This is Silver Lake. Bernard lives here, so I guess we'll go to him first. He is number 31. What number is this? 20, 25. 29. No, I do not want to leave Painscreek. Thank you. That's 29. $26, but he's 31, Silver Lake. Got back here. 28, 31. All right. Okay, that takes care of the locked room. Okay, somebody was very much not happy with this person. What's going on, Bernard? I drove Vivian today since Derek is out of town with Charles. As I was driving, we talked. She expressed that despite having a successful business, she felt empty and tired. Tricia hates Vivian for trying to stop her from seeing Scott. She seems to be really bothered by the name Vincent, and her relationship with Charles seems to be just for show. I wish I could comfort her. She's going through so much right now. If only I could confess to Vivian how much respect I have for her, how much I admire her. Ever since Tricia brought up the name Vincent, Vivian has been pretty quiet. Even during dinner, she hardly spoke. I can barely remember the last time Vivian appeared happy. I don't think anyone can blame her. Wanda hasn't been coming to work for quite a while now. Her illness is getting worse. I wonder how she's coping. Derek wasn't available to drive Vivian again, so I offered to help. It's been a month since I first drove for her. She's been opening up more to me, telling me about the struggles she's faced with, her rocky relationship with Charles, how she really dislikes Scott. Sometimes I would give her some suggestions when she asks what she should do. Other times she just wants someone to listen to her. Mostly I am just happy to be with her. Vivian seems rather distraught recently. During the afternoon tea gathering, I stood outside the room and tried to listen to the conversations. She feels miserable being with Charles. They hardly look at each other, let alone speak. Personally, I don't think Charles deserves her. I finished reading Vivian's biography. Half the facts were incorrect. The writer should have done his homework better. Sometimes when I'm driving for Vivian, she asks me to drop her off at the corner of a street, typically in front of Tom's Cafe. She's always telling me that she'll make it back home on her own. It aroused my curiosity, so after dropping her off today, I parked the car and watched her. She ordered a cup of coffee to go. Then she left the cafe and walked up the street for about 5 minutes to a residential area. She stopped in front of an apartment and pressed the doorbell. Shortly after, a man in his early 30s wearing a suit opened the door. He leaned over and hugged Vivian. She gave the coffee to him and they exchanged some words. I couldn't hear what they said. Then they entered the apartment together. Who is he? This is the 6th time I've followed Vivian. After she went into the building with the guy, I parked the car nearby to wait for her to come out. Is this considered stalking? About 2 hours later, a cab stopped out in front of the apartment. Shortly afterwards, Vivian came outside and the man followed closely behind. They chatted for a bit. Vivian looked extremely comfortable with him. Before leaving, she kissed him on the cheek. What's going on? I tracked down the guy. He works at a bank. The place they meet is his apartment. How could she do that? Who the hell is he? I reported sick for the 3rd consecutive day. As I laid in bed, I kept thinking on why Vivian would be seeing another man. No matter what Charles did to her, she has kept her faith in him throughout the years. How could she be having an affair now? She's better than that. She's supposed to choose me. Okay, Bernard. Oh, I got another one over there. Oh, and there's a big gun up here. Nothing behind the door. Day 1. The hospital gave me these pills that are supposed to help fight depression. I feel a slight dizziness. It might be the food that I ate this morning. The dizziness comes and goes. I'm still able to work, not a big problem. It's my day off today. I didn't take the medication. By the evening, I started thinking about Vivian. I had to drive Vivian again, so I took double the dosage. I had a migraine for the rest of the day. At least I didn't have to think about her. Couldn't Vivian stop seeing that guy? Why can't I stop thinking about it? Now I know that my dizziness comes from those pills. The pills, they don't seem to work anymore. It doesn't matter if I take them or not. I can't stop imagining what Vivian and that guy are doing whenever they meet. I stopped taking the medication. Okay. Bernard, you worry me. Pull all the nails out. I have found a bloody knife. Did Bernard kill Vivian? Yeah, the dart thing. But one of them's on the floor. Where was that one? Okay. Well, Wanda has a broken dresser drawer. Wanda also lives on Silver Lake 43. It's 30. 39. 36. 41. 43. See, broken dresser drawer would be upstairs in the bedrooms. Is it this side? No, those are covered. And this one. Hammer works. Okay. Psychiatric evaluation on Derek Tyler. Ms. Wanda Tyler, after almost 5 months of sessions, your son, Derek Tyler, is now much better. We are still unable to get him to talk, but he has chosen to express his thoughts and feelings through written text, which is a breakthrough for him. During his last session, however, he wrote the following. Dad was standing in the middle of the road. He was waving to me. Mom was crying and her tears dripped onto my face. I woke up. Kitty was purring and licking my face. I think she wanted to go out. Mom doesn't like me to make noise when it's late at night, says it will wake everyone up. So I was quiet when I opened the back door. Kitty flew away. There were noises behind the wall fence. There's a door that's always locked, but there's light behind the keyhole. I walked to the door and looked through the keyhole. There were 4 people. 2 of them were fighting. A baby was crying. Then one of them fell down and hit her head. She stopped moving. Her eyes were open. I wet my pants because she was looking at me. Derek has since been very quiet. We haven't been able to grasp fully if what he wrote was real or imaginary. Nevertheless, we are concerned with this situation. Kindly get back to us so we can discuss further steps in helping him. Catherine McDowell, Head of Child Psychiatric Department. Okay, well, that's not good. The school called. The principal told me that the kids have been calling Derek names, saying that he's a bastard child. I know that Derek wants to know where his father is. I don't know what to say to him. The school called me again and told me that Derek poked a bird nest until it fell off the tree. After that, he stoned the chicks to death. This resulted in him being suspended from school for a week. The principal asked if Derek had suffered any kind of trauma that would cause him to act like this. I could not tell him that Derek witnessed Sophia being killed. He was only 5 when that happened. Really? Derek stopped going to school. He told me school isn't for him. I should not have asked him to keep quiet about Sophia's death. He must have been bottling up his emotions all these years. Maybe it's time I start homeschooling him. Okay. Well, that's great. Let's go to the inn and get the dude's briefcase open. See what he uncovered while he was doing investigating. Before he was apparently also killed. Can I go through there? Oh, that's cemetery. Time capsule. Big stone. Big stone. I mean, I'm assuming this is the big stone we're talking about. I'm not getting, oh, search, there we go. Scott is gone and Trisha is dead. How did this happen? We held Trisha's funeral last week. There could have been more people. There should have been more. This village will be barren in a few months to a year. My generation is just moving out, and the old generation is simply dying out. I will also be leaving here soon. Once my mother passes on, once I can't take care of her any longer. The night Vivian died, I saw Scott meeting her. I was at a distance from where they were arguing. I couldn't hear the details, but I could tell they were disagreeing. When Scott left and went back to his cabin, I followed him. I watched him through the window till early morning, all the time thinking how we have drifted so far. How could Trisha choose him over me? Am I not good enough for her? The police questioned me when Scott was suspected of killing Vivian. I know he didn't do it, but I decided not to tell them what I knew. With Scott locked up, I could have a chance to be with Trisha. I didn't expect that this small omission on my part would eventually lead to Scott's death. When Scott died, Trisha ended her life. In a way, I too died that day. I never wished for Scott to die, nor Trisha. I hope they can forgive me. Derek Tyler. Bishop 9. Trisha, congratulations. I'll always love you. From Mom. That's cute. Derek, Trisha, and Scott. He was a very good artist. Best friends forever. Apparently not. Secret of Painscreek. Hidden room in study room. Underground secret passage. Hospital. Future Detective Scott. Church. Secret room above Father's room. Okay. I think I already found this one, and this I think is supposed to be the sewer. Okay. Well, let's get to the inn. I do also want to go back to the cabin. Because I have a note about there being a... Where is it? Locked room in there. Okay, 201. Ah, okay, the dart thing. Subtract yellow points from red points. So that's double 18, triple 20, and a bullseye. So 50, 110, 146. Minus, what is that, 2 and 7? Whoever is yellow is not doing well. Minus 9 is 137. The code for Charles's safe in the gallery is Vincent's birthday. How could I not have thought about that? Call Sheriff James, check his file. 7741. File cabinet 7741. And then Vincent B-Day. Autopsy report of Andrew Reed, 44-year-old white male with burns found at home, pronounced dead at the scene. Third-degree burns found across body, completely charred over the head, face, neck, and hands, heavily charred across the front and back of the body, legs, and feet. Closer inspection reveals punctured lungs with an object similar to a switchblade or a small knife. Pneumothorax is a possible cause of death, but body is too burnt to confirm. So Andrew was stabbed before he was burned. Sanguination. 61-year-old white male pulled out of the car submerged in lake. Victim's lungs do not contain water, which shows that he did not die by drowning. Due to the prolonged submerging of the body in the water, estimated time of death might not be accurate. Estimated time of death is between 12 to 16 days. Top right side of the skull, leaning towards the front and above the right eye, has a wide crack, usually caused by a sharp object and strong force. Front torso, face, and back portion of forearms suffer numerous lacerations. The victim most likely succumbed to blood loss before being placed in water. Vivian Roberts, 55-year-old white male found lying dead in front of the mansion gates, pronounced dead at the scene. 12 centimeter wide, 7 centimeter deep crack found on the right side of the head. Impact caused by strong force with a sharp object. Lacerations on front torso and back sides of both forearms. Victim died from loss of blood. Did Bernard kill them? But he wouldn't have had a reason to kill Andrew. Okay, well, I've got the code for Bernard's desk now. So I guess we're going back to his place. Also, jammed room, jammed door in Andrew's house, 7 Black Pine Road. His was weird to get to too, wasn't it? Yeah, his is over there. I need to go around. Do. Oh, do I need to find a crowbar or something instead? Because I can't use any of these. Okay. Well, we'll go back around and go to the sheriff since I have the code for his file cabinet now. Since I can't easily get around. I thought the door was further over for some reason. Okay, 7741. The crack in Vivian Roberts' skull shows that the weapon used is an object with the heavy and sharp end. Something like an axe would fit the description. To cause a crack that big, the attacker must be rather strong. I'm assuming it's either a man or a strong woman who is experienced in the use of the weapon. The victim must have been facing the attacker because of the lacerations found on the front of her torso as well as the back side of both forearms, showing that she tried to block the attacks by holding up her arms. The fatal strike landed on the right side of the victim's head, just above her eyebrows. This clarifies the following: that the victim was facing the killer, that the killer is strong enough to land such a clean but deadly blow, and that the killer is left-handed. Killer left-handed. Because I do need to find out who killed Vivian Roberts. Since the murder weapon was never recovered and confirmed, my assumption of it being an axe still remains. Since this is me doing you a solid, do not under any circumstances leak this information or I'll be in big trouble. The guys here in Grand City don't want anyone more than necessary to know about these details. Hope the above information helps. A car key. Record of alibi for Vivian Roberts' murder case. Interview 2, Charles Roberts. I wasn't here when my wife was killed. I left for New York on July 18th to attend a conference meeting that was supposed to last for 3 days. I was supposed to be back on the weekend. On the morning of July 20th, however, I received a phone call from our butler, Bernard, informing me that Vivian had been murdered. I could not believe what I heard. I cut short my trip and immediately came back to Painscreek. Matthew Brooks. There is an annual religious gathering event in Hartford where pastors from different churches in our state vicinity meet and discuss what we can do to help our society. The event started on July 18th and ran for 5 days, so it ended on July 23rd. I represent Painscreek Trinity Church at the event. Our church can confirm this because we had to cancel our Sunday service that week. Wait a minute. Bernard Hopkins. I was preparing for the fundraising event when I felt sick. However, there was no one who can really do my job, so I kept working. At about 9 in the evening, I was too sick to continue, so I bid Vivian goodnight and headed back home. Dorothy Patterson saw me leave. No, there's no one else that lives there. I live alone. Yes, Bernard was not feeling well that day, so he left slightly earlier than usual. However, he finished his work before he left. When I saw how sick he appeared, I wondered how he could have kept on working. Well, I guess that's why the Roberts family trusts him so much. Me, I was around the mansion most of the time, either preparing the food or making sure that the other maids were doing their jobs. The fundraising event, which was to be held the following day, was important to Vivian, so we were all making sure that everything would be perfect. By the time Mary left, it was already past midnight. I locked the doors and then I went home myself. No, I live alone. My name is Mary Martinez. I had been working in the kitchen for the last few days for the upcoming fundraising event. Jimmy's Bakery was supposed to deliver the cakes, but a few days before the event they called to inform us that they can't make it. Suddenly I was in charge of the cakes. I was so mad because we didn't have much time and this event is supposed to be extremely crucial for Vivian's business, but after hearing that Vivian was murdered, all my anger and work just sort of became irrelevant. I remember dropping Mr. Roberts off at the airport on July 18th at around 2 p.m. I was supposed to come back after that to drive around for Vivian, but she told me to take a break since I hadn't had a day off for quite some time. I decided to visit a friend of mine who was moving upstate to West Dakota. A sort of friend, an elementary school buddy that used to live here but moved when he received a scholarship. I stayed at his place for a few days before coming back to Painscreek. Yes, he can vouch for me. I have his number at home. I can give it to you later. Derek never gave me the number. But Derek... Okay. Derek already said that where was it? It was in a letter. Newspaper, letters. Derek's confession. The night Vivian died, I saw Scott meeting her. So he was here, but he was watching Scott the entire time. So he has his own alibi, because he could have given Scott an alibi. But event canceled. We regret to hear that Father Matthew will not be joining any part of the annual religious gathering event. He received a memo stating he wasn't feeling well. Father Matthew has no alibi. And Matthew was very, very close to Sophia. And this is a letter to Henry. Sylvia's confession letter. That was about the orphanage. Andrew's diary. Started to see Sophia again. All of this was about the affair and all of that. Who was it? No, it was, do we have James Howard as the sheriff? Henry Johnson. Vivian. Case report from development. Andrew, Henry, and Vivian. Oh. June 26, 1975, 11 p.m. Vivian. Fight broke out. Sophia fell and hit her head on the nearby well. She stopped moving. Dr. Johnson realized she was dead. Her neck had broken. No one knew what to do. Okay. So the three of them basically killed Sophia. All of them died. Matthew is the only one without a solid alibi for Vivian's murder. Did he find out and then kill everybody? And he adopted Scott because he was Sophia's child. And now I have a car key. Belongs to a Maverick model. Aha. Can I, like... There we go. Lockbox 201. My head hurts, my tire's flat, and the phone's not working. Is someone trying to stop me from leaving Painscreek? Am I close to discovering something? Oh God, I thought he was the one. I was wrong. He's not the killer. He's not. Who did you think was the killer? Lockbox 201. What's the button for? Button. He's on to me, and I had to hide the key in one of the drains by the roadside. He will never find... Ever since I received the messages and the key, I have been following this anonymous person blindly. What a fool I have been. I need to revisit my investigation notes and see if I might have missed anything important. I looked through the alibis recorded by Sheriff Howard. There were 6 interviews: Charles, Matthew, Bernard, Dorothy, Mary, and Derek. Then I noticed it. One of them is lying. It was recorded that there was an event, yet I remember reading somewhere about it being canceled. Where did I read it again? I can't seem to remember. Oh my God, I've just realized that the E in all the killer's messages is slightly off in comparison to all the other letters. If I can find that typewriter, I can find who killed Vivian. Once again, gonna try Liz. I mean, I assume it has to be... Okay. Well, we need to go back to Bernard's now. Wait, this is one of her favorite places. He wrote something on the walls outside. Oh. Bird. Okay. Well, post office isn't far off, so let's check that. Pebble Lane. Did I go the wrong? I did. This way. dream. And the other place is the bridge. Maybe entrance. This one, I think. Stump. Okay. Well, there's still a locked room in the hunting cabin, so we'll hit that. See if I can figure that one out. Right, locked room. There it locks. Locked room in hunting cabin. How the sure. Well, that's annoying. I mean, I got this locked room already. That's locked. Because this was hidden. No, this was locked. Okay, nope, I just didn't, that looks very uncomfortable. Is there anything else I missed in here? Okay, well, I don't cross things off very well as I finish them. I get too involved in the story. Alright. Bernard's house it is. And the mansion. Okay, Bernard is over by the mansion. Double, town center. Cut through a walnut. Okay. What did I write down that it was? 137. Okay, another key. When the police reported that Vivian was murdered, I was floored. I still don't know what to do. My mind is blank. All I can think is, how did it happen? How can Vivian be dead? Everyone's mourning about Vivian's death. People are coming or calling in to express their condolences. Charles hasn't been out of his room for days, and Trish is crying her heart out. Dorothy has been assigning busy work to all the mansion employees, hoping that it would take their minds off Vivian's death. Samuel, our security guard, has been reviewing all the tapes of the past 2 weeks for any suspicious activities. I wish I could be of any help. Scott was just apprehended for the murder of Vivian. Is that true? No one would have thought that. I could never, ever believe that Scott would be capable of killing someone, let alone Vivian. Yet it makes me so mad. I feel confused. Tricia was admitted to the hospital today. She had a nervous breakdown after finding out that Scott could be her mother's killer. Her condition has been getting worse over the past few weeks, and no one has been able to properly help her. Charles finally decided to seek help from the hospital. Matthew never believed that his son killed Vivian. He hired some fancy lawyer to defend him. Scott's been released on bail today. It's beyond ridiculous. I don't think Scott should have been released at all, despite the insufficient evidence. He killed Vivian. I know that he's guilty. Everyone knows it. They should have gone ahead and prosecuted him. You just changed your mind real quick there, Bernard. I could never, ever believe that Scott would be capable of killing someone, let alone Vivian. I know that he's guilty. Everyone knows it. July... August, September. So 3 months is all it took for you to change your tune there. The maids were cleaning the mansion when they found some stuff belonging to Vivian, a key and some stationery. I asked Charles what he'd like to do with them, but he told me to take care of it himself. I brought them back to my place. Vivian's death has caused lots of grief to everyone, especially Charles. After hearing how broken-hearted Charles was 2 nights ago, I can't bear to see him suffer anymore. Scott should pay for what he did. Hold on. Multiple stab wounds to the heart. November 17th. And 2 weeks after you say that, Bernard, did you kill Scott? With this bloody knife right here? Okay, back to the mansion. Because now I also have this desk key, which Bernard said was Vivian's. I mean, his body was found on Maple Drive, not that far from Bernard's home. The desk key, and then I also have where am I going? Am I going this way? No, that goes out. I know the gallery is on the, there it is. Okay. Sophia, what day was your son born? Exactly, so I know. Seven 175. What? Oh. It's part of the counter. I thought it was Stephen Miller who wrote down that it was Vincent's birthday. Did I put something in wrong? Oh, I put 7, not 6. I'm dumb. Oops. King's 4. Well, now I need to go in there. Mark off some of this stuff so that I don't keep thinking I need to go there. Okay, the tea room has the locked desk. Last will and testament of Randall. I, Charles Roberts of 1 Maple Drive, Painscreek, being of sound mind, declare this codicil, to my last will and testament dated July 1st, 1975. So that was a month later after he was born, effective as of today, June 21st. Item 1, should a boy be born in the Roberts family that is direct lineage to Charles Roberts, if he is the eldest son and no others contest, he shall inherit all the family's fortune upon Charles Roberts' passing. The sole condition to this is that the son must be at least 25 years of age. The firstborn child of the Roberts family shall inherit 50% of all the family's fortune should Charles Roberts pass away. Shall be stricken. Added to my will shall read, Vincent Roberts, born of Charles Roberts and Sophia Miller on June 1st, shall be officially acknowledged as a family member of the Roberts family effective July 1st. So Trisha wasn't getting anything if he died. Okay. I cannot believe that Scott killed my wife. It's being spewed all over the media. How? Why? He loves Trisha, and I treated him like my own son. It doesn't make any sense. I visited Scott today. I asked him why he would kill Vivian. He did not answer, but simply looked down on the floor. I wanted an answer so desperately that I nearly rattled his neck. Does he even feel any guilt or remorse for what he's done? How can he not say anything? I visited Scott again today, knowing that he will be released soon. There just wasn't enough evidence to pin him. He looked thinner than before, but I didn't care. I wanted to know why he killed Vivian. When I asked, he stared at me. I was so angry that I yelled at him. I was about to leave when out of nowhere he said, I pity the ignorant. What the hell does that mean? I got drunk last night at the inn. Scott is now a free man. I think I babbled about how much I despised Scott and what I would do to have someone get rid of him. Did I really say that? How did I get home anyway? Oh, right, Bernard was with me. He drove me home. First National Bank, routing number, account number, email password, love Trish. Trish is his daughter, and then were they born exactly a year apart? Oh no, the 11th. Study room, desk, king, knight, queen, and bishop. That's what I thought. I'm going to go with king first. King, queen, bishop, knight in order. So I guess we're going to that next. I need front page photos, and I don't know what to, do. Wait, no. Study room is downstairs. It's Trisha's room that's upstairs. Alright. Numbers. King is 4. Queen is 1. Bishop is 9. Knight is 5. Okay. Knight is first. To Charles Roberts, upon your request, we investigated Andrew Reed and Henry Johnson's death. Due to the confidentiality agreements with our sources, we are unable to reveal the true nature of their deaths. Suffice to say, both of them did not die of said accidents, so we dug deeper. We found out that Andrew and Henry were both related to the disappearance of Sophia Miller and the death of Magdalene Roberts 20 years ago. What really happened to Sophia, we do not know as of now. However, some evidence was brought to light regarding Magdalene Roberts' death. We talked to a retired nurse who used to work at the Painscreek Community Hospital, although she preferred to remain anonymous. According to her, she came across a note while cleaning Dr. Johnson's office. In it, Dr. Johnson stated that the prescription was lethal and to be administered only to Magdalene, and the dosage has to be precise or it will not work. No one else should intake it. A letter was made out to your wife, Vivian Roberts, according to the note. If you would like for us to stop this investigation, let us know at your earliest convenience. Otherwise, we will continue to find out the truth about Sophia's disappearance. Sincerely, Jason Beckard. Okay. So he knew that his wife was trying to kill his mother. Our investigation was initially promising. We interviewed possible witnesses who might know something about Sophia's disappearance. Months later, however, we are nowhere near knowing what happened to Sophia. We have searched through all the states for any possible trace, but to no avail. We can conclude at this time that the main cause of Sophia's disappearance has to do with Andrew, Henry, and Vivian. Now that they are gone, we are unable to get the truth about what really happened to Sophia. If you prefer, we can still continue the search. However, the results look bleak. We have posted rewards for any information regarding Sophia, hoping that it's just a matter of time before someone with real information steps up. For the time being, we suggest that you wait. Should anything emerge, you will be the first to know. Sincerely, Jason Beckard. Months ago, right before Vivian was killed, I confronted her about Mom's death. She said she didn't know anything about it. She only administered the medicine as provided by Dr. Johnson. She was lying. I could see it in her eyes. She was scared and she was hiding her fear. I know that Vivian was never completely truthful with me, but I still have no proof yet. She never liked Mom, but I wouldn't have thought her capable of killing her own mother-in-law. I know that she had something to do with what happened to Mom and Sophia, but what can I do? She was my wife after all. And now Vivian is dead, so is Scott. Now Trisha is dead too. Is this my punishment for the affair I had 20 years ago? Poor Charles. Okay, tea room. Isn't that second floor? Yes, tea room. Okay. Desk in the tea room. Oops. Wrong button. Cue across. Although we live in the same house, Charles and I hardly speak to each other. I know that he's been feeling guilty ever since his affair, but that was 20 years ago. It's high time I forgive him out loud. Next, I need to work things out with Tricia. I've been objecting her relationship with Scott for quite some time. In doing so, Tricia has been avoiding me. I haven't been a good mother, but I want to be there whenever she needs me from now. I just want things to go back the way they were. The agency has arranged for a new guy to help me. His name is Owen Smith. Quite a young man for what he has accomplished. During our meeting, Owen asked me many things, as if he was interviewing me. The brief introduction turned out to be hours long. However, by the end of it, he said he has everything he needed and will get things moving right away. I have a good feeling about him. Owen called to meet with me today. He had the papers ready for me to sign. He said that the location of the exhibition has been approved. All we need is the down payment. That's great. I signed the papers almost immediately. After that, I informed our accountant, Helen, to transfer the money from the Roberts Relief Funds, since the hospital won't be needing it for a while. Owen's been a great help since we brought up the idea of an art gallery for the public. I'm not sure if things could have gone so quickly if it had been some other agent. I owe him that much. The art gallery will open in 3 months. I'm so excited about it. We have received most of the artwork from the contributors and artists. All I need is to ask Charles if he would be willing to donate some of his paintings. If this exhibition succeeds, it would be good for us and for Painscreek. I haven't felt this alive in a very long time. I have a purpose now. June 17th, 95. She wasn't cheating on him. I guess now we are going to the church. It's the only place I have a key left for. Let's see. I got that. There is an office desk in the church that I can't get into, but it needs a code, not a key. Locked desk and tea room is done. Alright, back this way. Okay, so I need to answer 3 questions specifically. Who killed Vivian Roberts? Which right now I'm leaning towards Father Matthew. What was the motive? And if he found out that she killed Sophia or had part in it, I'm going to assume that's the motive. And what was a murder weapon? Right now we're assuming it is an axe of some kind, though we haven't found it. Is there a way that I can look at my photos that I've taken? There they are. Most of which I have taken, like, now. Okay, well, I took two that were almost identical here. Yeah, I don't care about the boxes. That is the mansion itself. Trisha's room at inside the mansion, and okay, sure. No, I'm not going the wrong way again. Into the church we go. I feel like the former private investigator was thinking that it was Bernard, but Bernard didn't kill Vivian. Bernard, I think, killed Scott because of what Charles was saying while drunk. Is it this one? Yes, it is. A few months have passed since I've arrived here. This missionary trip is harder than expected. There is no clean water, the food lacks nutrients, and there isn't enough medicine. We have requested help from WHO, but haven't received any reply yet. I feel so frustrated. What can I do? When Father Calvin first sent me here, he asked if I would be willing to stay for 6 months. It would be good training for me, he said. I agreed. That was before I came. 6 months have now passed. I think I will extend this for another 6 months. The people here need as much help as they can get. I am not a doctor, but I can help them through my support and prayers. I will let Father Calvin know about my decision. Time flies. I can't believe I'll be going home tomorrow. I will miss the people here. At the same time, I can't wait to get back home and meet everyone again. Father Calvin summoned me this morning and told me that Sophia had left Painscreek. How can that be? The last time we wrote, she told me she had so many things to share with me when I got back. Was she forced? Is she hiding something? I just cannot believe that Sophia left without telling me anything. Something must have happened to her that she could not tell me. It's been almost 6 months since Sophia left Painscreek. I have asked everyone around. No one seemed to know where she went. Father Calvin told me to let it go. He's right. I should not dwell on matters of the heart. There are more important things in life that I need to focus on. If Sophia and I are meant to meet again, God will let me know. It's time I move on with my life. O'Malley and Associates Attorneys at Law. No date. Dear Mr. Brooks, we've evaluated your case and we accept the request to represent your son, Scott Brooks, in court. We are in the process of drafting an appeal for his release. Considering the sensitivity of the situation, we urge you not to make any public statements until consulting with us. Additionally, we would like copies of any government documents related in any way to your son, medical records, transaction receipts, travel documents, previous criminal charges, if any, etc. The more we have, the better we can help your son's case. We will be in contact within the next few days. Sincerely, Brendan O'Malley. Matthew Brooks. Donation from Robert's family. Payment for church maintenance. Check from car dealership. First payment fee for Scott's lawyers. Sunday tithing. Hosting community potluck. Sunday tithing. Roof fixing. Cemetery maintenance service. Sunday tithing. Second payment fee for Scott's lawyers. Pilgrimage traveling fee. Youth program finance. Check from car dealership. I had always wanted to be adopted, but I guess heaven had something else in store for me. Instead of being taken in by a family, I came to Painscreek Trinity Church. To be honest, I would prefer to have a real family with people whom I can call Mom and Dad, but Father Calvin said God has other plans for my future, and in time I will come to realize it. The Roberts family is looking for a new maid. I told Mrs. Roberts that a relative of mine would fit the position really well. I know I shouldn't lie, but I want Sophia to be here in Painscreek. Father Calvin always said we have to help those who are in need. Sophia is in need, and I am sure she will be glad to have this job. Since starting the job at the mansion, Sophia has settled in nicely. Whenever she has a time off from work, we've been exploring Painscreek together. I have so much to show her. This is just like the orphanage days, and I'm extremely comfortable being with her. Today was Sophia's half-day off. We ate at the Moon Cafe again. I can't seem to get enough of this place. Okay, hold on. Moon Cafe. The food is delicious, the atmosphere relaxing, and the coffee tastes great. Maybe it's all because of Sophia's company. Still, I love to hang out here. This is definitely one of my favorite places in Painscreek, followed closely by the church and Little Big Books. Okay. Where? Okay, there was also a photo. Okay, first off, word of the church. One, 203. There was also a photo of a lamp that was on a wall that had a button on it, but I don't remember where those lamps are. playground. And little big books. Shop is over there. Guess I'm just going to kind of go in a circle here. I know I've seen the bookshop before. The hell if I can remember where it is. That goes up and out. It was right next to the Moon Cafe. Of course it was. Most of the words were fairly close to the ground. There it is. House. Bird, stump, stream, house, playground, 1203. Okay, well the playground is over here. Wait. The post office. Yes, playground is over this way. Bird, stump, stream. House. stump. Oh. $12.03. Oh. Dear Sophia, please wait for my return. Love, Matthew. Every moment I spend with you is like a beautiful dream come true. Happy birthday. Oh, poor Matthew. Dear Sophia, it's been quite a while since I last wrote to you. I've been busy. I hope you are doing well. Father Calvin has been guiding me how to be a man of God, to grow my faith in the Lord and my compassion for people. When I see those who have no beds to sleep upon and no food to eat. Thank you, Crystal. Welcome back. And thank you for the posture check. I'm reading a lot, so I keep like hunching forward, so I do need the posture check. That's cool. I hope your matches are going well. When I see those who have no beds to sleep upon and no food to eat, my heart goes out to them. I wish I could do more. Father Calvin has been handing me more and more responsibilities. It seems like he might be retiring soon. Not horrible, that's good. He even gave me his favorite desk in the study room. I've changed his code to 0318, the day you first came to the orphanage. 0318. Painscreek has been very quiet recently. Nothing much goes on in this small town. Oliver is still Painscreek's event photographer. Charles and Vivian are running their businesses as usual. Trisha's 7 now. She's really smart and loves to hang out with her dad. Dorothy's the same old Dorothy that we all love. Bernard's still the reliable butler. I don't think he'll ever be replaced. As for me, well, I'm still here, waiting for your return. Do you remember the church attic? Well, I spend most of my free time there now doing wood carving. It helps me relax. Hey, I even got pretty good at it. Sometimes I'll think of you and how we spent our time together. I'm not sure if you ever realized how I felt towards you. Since you left, I keep writing these letters, but I never mail them. And to be honest, it's because I don't have a clue where you may be staying right now. At the same time, writing to you has made me feel that we are still close to one another. Today marks the 6th year that you left Painscreek. I still don't know why you left. All I want to say is take care. This will be my last letter. One day, I hope to see you again. Love always, Matthew. 1982. And then he finds out what happens, and he starts killing everybody. Sure. Well, now I have the code for the desk. Oh, nope, over here. I have the code for the desk. I wonder. I should go back to the mansion. I have no idea what kind of picture is going to get used for a front page picture that has so much drama and intrigue, but I kind of want to take a picture of the well. That's the way to the hospital. So, cut through over here, cut through up here. Because I keep forgetting to take photos of everything. Crystal, are you playing Survivor or are you playing Killer right now? Okay, I just went through that tree branch. Wait, that was a fancy light in the picture. Don't see any lights like that though in here. Okay. For a second, I figured that like all of these red marks were blood stains, but they are literally on every single one of these in the exact same spots. So I guess not. Well, I also would like to go we're just gonna get photos of all kinds of stuff. Some of it not even remotely relating to Vivian's death, but related to the myriad of events involved. Now I'm on the thought of taking pictures, so that's what I'm doing, is running around just taking a bunch of pictures. But I feel like I already know who it is. Who killed Vivian Roberts was Matthew Brooks. I'm not 100% sure about the weapon. But I'm pretty sure the motive was because of the death of Sophia. Because not only did he kill her, he killed the other two. That's Dorothy's house. And now we're at the church. Okay, that works. Alright. That was his bedroom. This is the desk. This is the light right there. Okay, we're gonna wait. Alright. Code 0318. Oops. I visited Scott today. I couldn't believe what he said. How could Sophia be dead? How could Andrew, Henry, and Vivian have killed her? Did Dorothy know? What about Wanda or Charles? Did they know? Why didn't anyone tell me? I visited Sophia's grave today. It was just a wooden cross that Scott made. There was no name on it. I placed some flowers in front of it. She always had a liking for flowers. We had a mass today. Vivian and Henry were there. Andrew, as usual, didn't come. All I can think of whenever I look at them is whether they actually killed Sophia or not. As they praised the Lord throughout the sermon, I felt sick to the stomach. I couldn't bear to see their faces. What should I do now? I know I should forgive them, but it's so difficult. I'm dying inside. I wish I never visited Scott. I wish I never heard what he said. I wish I could just forget everything. I need to talk to Andrew. I need him to confess. June 6th, 1995. At 11:25 p.m. last night, June 7th. Yep, that started it all. Okay. I still don't have the murder weapon, though. I mean, we're assuming an axe. I don't believe it was the knife, because the knife, I think, was Scott's stuff. I need a key. I don't have a key. Did I miss a key in here? Oh, we are so close, and I am missing like a single freaking key. I don't don't want to have to search through this entire town again. For one key. I am like right at the end. I can feel it. Oh, that is so frustrating. Where did I miss a key? I could have missed a key anywhere, and that is why this is so frustrating. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. That's right. There was a note. Yeah, these. Stephen Moss. Can't find this person blindly. What a fool I've been. I can find the typewriter. I can find it for Vivian. He'd thrown him in a drain, in a storm drain. Okay. So I have to find the storm drains. Okay, you know what? We're going to do one last attempt while I'm here of popping this hidden part of the counter. Wait, is this what we're talking about? I swear. Found a hidden panel in the inn's reception area. It's part of the counter. Hard to match the place at one of the corners. This is going to drive me nuts. It really is. Because, you know, you're told about something, and then I want to figure out how to do it. I have no idea. I feel like it's this. Because like you can see latch is at the corner. Can I just like use the hammer or the shovel and just pry the whole thing open? It's not like anyone's coming back here. I may have to like look that one up because that one's gonna drive me crazy. I feel like it's not exactly, you know, pertinent to the end of everything. Storm drains, storm drains, storm drains. Right, if I keep going that way, it's going to take me out of the game. Are there any storm drains in like these areas? I don't think so. Nope. Wait, here's one. I almost missed this one. God, how many of these are there? Oh. Well, never mind. All keys found. Good to know. which means that's done, that's done. I guess I'm not getting into the lockers at the nurse's station. And I guess I'm not dealing with the jammed door. Okay, well, let's go into Matthew's secret room. Bedroom. Oh, you know something's coming, because it's everything else is when you put the key, you use the key and it automatically uses it. This one I am having to turn the key of my own accord. Something is coming. Someone came to Painscreek. She cannot know. Well, can I type on it? No. Can't do anything. But I can pick up the axe. There's dry bloodstains on it. I already took a picture of it. Which means, if he's typing on this, that means he's still living in Painscreek. Population of 1. No, because all I can do is pick it up, look at it, and then it immediately puts it back down. So, but given that this is here, that means that he's still living here. Which means I have someone who has killed at least 4 people, who knows that I'm doing an investigation. Yeah, but I can't. I can pick it up, I can spin it around, it tells me there's still dried blood stains on it. But then the second I press any other button, it puts it right back down. So I have a feeling that this has just gone from a huge, very well done, may I say, murder investigation, cold case, where you're investigating everything, and I had a phenomenal time with that. I really did. I loved every part of it. But I have a feeling this is about to turn... Okay, so this game, we're going to pause it for a second. This game, when I picked it up, I read a couple of reviews, and I skipped anything that said that it had, like, spoilers in it or anything like that. And it did say that it was a detective story, but that it had elements of horror. And we do have, we've had a couple of times where, like, I came out of the one guy's house and across the stream was a black-haired woman just standing there staring at me, and then I looked away, looked back, and she was gone. And I think now that that is supposed to represent Sophia, the one who has died. So either I have a feeling I'm either going to be chased by Father Matthew, who has murdered 4 people, because he killed I can almost guarantee you he killed Andrew because he said he had to find out from Andrew what happened in his diary, literally the day of his death. I'm fairly certain he killed Henry, the doctor, because the autopsy came back saying that he died of blood loss before he drowned and was in the water for so long. And Vivian, because, you know, we've got the axe, which I can confirm now that the murder weapon was an axe. I believe that Bernard killed Scott because Charles was saying things drunk about how much he wished something would happen to him. So I feel like Bernard listened to him and took care of it, because he basically hinted as much that something had to be done about Scott 2 weeks before Scott's death. And then Trish killed herself. Wanda died of cancer and Derek moved out, so he's still alive somewhere. Everyone else has left. And then a private investigator comes into the town with what few people are left, and he winds up assuming it's one person and finding out that it's not that one person. I'm assuming he thought it was Bernard, but it turns out it's not Bernard. And then he had these very frantic messages about how he thought it was someone else. It wasn't. He threw the key into the storm drain so that he couldn't get it, blah, 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 blah. So I feel like Matthew also killed the private investigator to keep from going to jail. So I have a feeling it's my turn. So we're going to see what happens. I'm going to have a serial killer and potentially a ghost on my ass. So let's get going. I just need to get out of Painscreek. And of course, I am on the exact opposite side of the map as how you get through oh crap, no, not this way. Is he gonna be waiting by my car? Alright, so my computer absolutely sucks and decided to drop the game at the absolute worst or best possible time. Because I was at the end. I had gotten into my car. I had found everything out. So, fingers crossed that I can get through this. I have the photo of the axe. Okay, we are going to run back. At least it's not far. I'm going to run back through so I can get to my car. Do, 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 do. And this whole thing is too quiet for the message that was at that typewriter. It really is. Use the car. Yes. please, please, please don't freeze. Don't freeze. To Janet, I'm glad that you made it back safely. I hope you uncovered the truth about the Painscreek killings. If so, your story will be on the front page of tomorrow's newspaper. Please submit the following information as well as a photo for your article as soon as possible. Richard Harris, Editor-in-Chief. Who killed Vivian Roberts? Matthew Brooks. Next. What was the murder weapon? Oh, there's all kinds of stuff here, but it was an axe. Thank you. Next. Select a photo for your newspaper article. I feel like this is the best one to do, because that's the murder weapon right there. And I mean, it's kind of sensational, so we'll go with that. The next day. The Painscreek killings, truth revealed. What? I don't have anything else? Okay. Sure. I feel like everything that was leading up, special thanks to Stephen M. and the special investigator who got killed. His name was Stephen M. Okay, well that's good. But what was with the note saying that she... Oh. To whom it may concern, I read your story on today's papers. Are you sure you got your facts right? Yours truly, a concerned citizen. Yes, I am 100% certain I got my facts right. Case unsolved? What? No! No! It was Matthew Brooks. It had to be. And he used an axe. I mean, it was even up in his upstairs thing. That doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, now I need to look. Because that is going to annoy me. Because 100%, that's what everything was pointing to. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I don't know. Oh, okay. Hold on. I pulled one thing up and I didn't get anything further than that because I totally missed something. I'm not entirely certain what I missed. But I saw one thing, so I'm not done in here yet. Okay. I thought it was too quiet going back to the car. It was 95% complete. I got a grade of a C. Something got answered wrong. But this is okay. I got so enthralled with the stuff on top of the desk that I didn't check any of the desk drawers. So much stuff to read. Dear Matthew, it's been more than 2 years since I started work at the mansion. I like this place a lot. People here are nice to me. Thank you for your letter. Although I cannot be there with you for your missionary work, I will pray for your success. You were always the noble one. Do you remember the wishes we made when we were at the orphanage? Yours was to help the unfortunate. Mine was to not be poor. Well, I did not expect opportunity to knock so soon. Maybe heaven is helping me? With all that has happened these past few months, my wish might just come true. I'd love to tell you more about it, but it can wait until you're back. Things might be different by then. I hope it will be for the better. Love always, Sophia Miller. April 12th. She was a month and a half away from giving birth with that letter. Okay? Dearest Matthew, I'm writing this letter to let you know what happened to Sophia. My days are almost up, and I feel you have the right to know what happened 9 years ago. In 1974, when Vivian Roberts underwent a C-section to deliver Tricia, she was told that she could not give birth anymore. Vivian broke down mentally and was hospitalized. Sophia was tasked with taking care of the newly born Tricia and helping Charles Roberts. Charles, who was facing a lot of difficulty and pressure, unfortunately found comfort in Sophia. They had an affair. A boy was born. A few months later, Vivian found out about the relationship. She was furious. Feeling threatened by the illegitimate boy, Vivian kicked Sophia and the baby out of Painscreek. Everyone believed that. But the truth is, I took the boy and put him in St. Patrick's orphanage. I named him Scott. Time flies. He's going to be 10 soon. I pray that you can bear the responsibility of raising him. He does not need to know about his real parents. It's all in the past. Instead, give him a new start. I sincerely hope that you can forgive me for hiding this from you for so long. Calvin Bennett. Okay.
June 6th, 1995. I met Andrew in the evening at his house. He was hallucinating when we met, saying that he's seen Sophia everywhere, that he's a sinner, and that he should die. But I didn't mean to kill him. My hands are still shaking. June 30th, 1995. Dr. Johnson came. He was surprised to see me. He tried to justify, saying it wasn't his fault, that he was only carrying the baby and had nothing to do with Sophia's death. When I revealed the truth about Magdalene, his face turned white. He didn't expect anyone to know the truth. He deserved to die. July 19, 1995.
I don't like that I'm standing with my back to the door either.
Vivian came alone. Instead of feeling guilty, she called Sophia a bitch who destroyed everything she had. I didn't feel any sign of remorse, feeling of guilt. or repentance from her at all. So I gave her time to express herself, and then I killed her. It's all over now. Why am I not at peace? There's this nosy investigator in town. I thought that if I led him to believe that Bernard killed Vivian, he just might believe it. But I made the mistake of trying to mislead him. Now he's suspecting me of being the killer. He has to die.
Cannot save from now on. Well, shit. And here is exactly what I thought. Hi, Miss Ghosty Lady. Why the fuck are you here? Crap, I can't get out. What am I supposed to do? Go to the basement. Okay, hi, Ghosty Lady. Appreciate your help. Apparently she doesn't like that her former boyfriend? I don't think they were ever really lovers. Oh, great. I don't know where to go to get out of here. Nope. Guess I'll follow her. I think she's taking me to the hospital, though, isn't she? Yes, she is. Okay, back into the hospital it is. Can't save. Oh, crap. Can I get to the roof? Crap. Okay. The ghost saved me. Can I take that picture? Okay. Guess I can't take that picture. By the way, we found out who hired private investigator Stephen Moss. Who killed Vivian Roberts? Matthew Brooks. What was a murder weapon? Axe. I am still using this damn picture. To Dorothy Patterson, my name is Janet Kelly. I'm here to inform you on behalf of Private Investigator Steve Moss that the secrets of the Painscreek killings have come to light. He is, however, missing. The police are searching for his whereabouts. He's dead! While preparing for this letter, I could not help but wonder, what if Charles didn't commit adultery? What if Vivian had not confronted Sophia? What if Magdalene hadn't insisted on a son to continue the family line? Could things have turned out differently? In hindsight, it's easy to say what they should not have done. Sometimes it's hard to make the right choices in life, isn't it? Did Derek really hate Scott so much that it led to his death? Could Matthew not have sought revenge for Sophia? And why did Henry Johnson choose to be an accomplice in Magdalene's death? The truth was that everyone made a choice they think was the best, but not necessarily the right one. This made me realize the following. We have the freedom to say or do whatever we want, but there are consequences following our actions. The bigger the mistake, the harsher the consequence. It was true that Charles and Sophia's affair was wrong, but Vivian had a choice, either to confront Charles about it or take it out on Sophia. She chose the latter. Just as Vivian made her choice, so did Andrew, Henry, and Matthew. In the end, they all had to face the consequences. One thing puzzled me. If Steve and I were both trying to find out the truth, why was I saved but not him? I couldn't finish reading all of that. I had like one sentence left to go. Oh well. Because I didn't hit any buttons either to make it go forward. It just automatically went. And that was a lot of text. Not everybody's a very fast reader. To be fair, though, I suppose people who are not fast readers would not necessarily have played this game with as much reading as was in it, but the bit at the end with the ghost was a little weird, and I feel like I didn't have much of a problem with the running from the killer thing. I get that. The ghost thing was a little weird. My biggest issue was I had already figured this out. I had solved it. I knew who did it. I knew who had what the murder weapon was. I knew the entire backstory of why. I even knew that he killed the other people. I knew that Bernard had killed Scott. I figured all of that out. I get it. But I suppose because he's a priest, he wants to confess things, but just having the axe laying there out in the open and having that tape recorder in the drawer that just, oh, you spent all of this time figuring out all of this stuff, and then here you go, we're just gonna give you one thing that it confirms everything, and that's great, because let's face it, killers keep trophies and stuff like that in real life, so I suppose it's not a far stretch that he could have, kept his confessions. That's what he kept from everything. But it was a little weird at the very end there. But as a whole, I thought this was a very well done game. It was phenomenal. I enjoyed looking through every nook and cranny and piecing together all of the story and the backstory and what all was going on. It was a lot of fun. The only thing I don't really like was how if you missed one thing, and because I had written in here that I had a locked room in the cabin, and I went in and started looking around, and then I saw, as I went around the corner, I saw that one of the two drawers wasn't open. I'm like, okay, well that's weird. And then there was a key in it. Had I not done that, I would have been so lost and so stuck, because there's nothing that really directs you to a place. So if you overlook a key, or if you overlook like a small little photograph or something like that, had I not seen the photograph and remembered the photograph of that lamp with the button, I wouldn't have had any idea where to go. None whatsoever. Because that's just something I wouldn't have really paid that much attention to or noticed, because everything throughout the game had been in big books, diaries, papers. The smallest things that I was looking for were keys and chess pieces. So, that was a little bit of a grind, just because, you know, if you missed one thing, you could be lost for ages and ages and ages. So, and then picking back up, if I hadn't been taking notes after taking a month away from this game or more, it would have taken me forever to figure out where I was in the story. But as a game, as a whole, I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I would love to find more games like this because this was so much fun. And I don't know that it was as fun for everybody watching as it was for me because I'm the one doing all the detective work, but still, I loved it. So thanks again for hanging out with me. I apologize about the crash that I had in the middle of everything. And with that, I think I'm going to call it. And I don't even know if I have anyone that I can raid to right now, but we're going to try it anyway, even if I don't have anyone coming with me. Okay, who is on? All right. We're gonna go visit Mike. He's playing a game called Noita, which is a bullet-like game. And he has a whole thing where everybody can vote as to what's going to happen to him. And I like bringing death and destruction, and then alternatively giving him, you know, friendly healing ghosts, and then making them throw saw blades at him and stuff like that. So thanks again for hanging out with me. As always, if anybody has missed an episode of something that I've done, though I haven't done anything in the last month, you can always check YouTube. I'll put everything up on there. And then if anybody is looking for just a fun little community that they can join on Discord of people with similar hobbies, all like video games, that all like to support each other, you can always go there. There is a channel in there dedicated to any sale that is on Steam, any free games that pop up on Epic, on Prime, on anything like that. So it's a good thing to follow if you're always looking for free games. And then thanks again for hanging out with me and for solving the murders of the Painscreek killings. And with that, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. I hope I spelled that right. All right. Thanks again, guys, and have a great one. Bye.